Hi, I'm Ben Socek. I'm the owner of Downsizing Solutions, a company that buys houses direct from homeowners for more than 20 years, as well as a licensed real estate agent for most of those. My goal at Downsizing Solutions is to provide a service that allows homeowners the ability to sell their house in the fastest, easiest, most convenient way possible. And I'm here to discuss the multiple ways that I can assist to get your house sold. I have the unique ability to provide multiple solutions for homeowners that want to sell their house, solutions that no other agent or home buying company can provide. The first step to selling a house and or downsizing is deciding if you really want to sell your house. Are you at the point where you need to sell your house? Maybe you're wanting to sell your house in the near future, be in control of the transition to a new home, and avoid the time when you may need to sell or are forced into the decision that you weren't wanting to make, or have others make that decision for you. Have you inherited a house? Have a house in an estate or probate that you need to liquidate? Or just have an unwanted or unneeded house that you want or need to sell? The first step is deciding what you really want to accomplish with selling the house. You may have thought about these questions before, but maybe didn't know how to sell a house, downsize, or where to even start. Let's look at a few options that I can assist you with. The solutions that I can provide that make my services unique are: my affiliated agents can market your house in a traditional manner. We can buy your house, or we may be able to provide a hybrid solution of these two options that would be better to suit your specific situation. Depending on what you want to accomplish with the sale of your house and the benefits that you find of most value, I can provide the best solution to get your house sold. Let's discuss the individual solutions and the positives and negatives of each of those. First, let's discuss selling your house by listing it with a real estate agent. This is probably the most common way that people sell houses. The primary benefit of listing your house is that it exposes your house to a large market audience and multiple real estate websites where potential buyers are looking for houses. This gives you access to literally thousands of agents that may have buyers looking for houses. Market exposure is probably the biggest reason that sellers list their house. The potential negatives, or what I like to call the realities of putting your house on the market in a traditional manner, are getting and keeping your house in show-ready condition if it's not now. This may include making some repairs or doing some updating to the house to make it competitive with other houses on the market. Then there are showings. Do you want people you don't know in your house? This also includes needing to be prepared for showings when agents have buyers that want to see the house, sometimes with very short notices. Now, you don't have to accept some of these last-minute showings, but you never know when these potential buyers will turn out to be the one that buys your house. Depending on the market, there is no guarantee of if or when it will sell, or if you have a buyer, when they will actually close, especially if they have to sell their current house to buy yours. If your house needs a lot of updates, it may not even qualify for traditional financing for the buyer. And there is no guarantee of what amount of proceeds from the sale you will actually receive until you close. The agent does prepare a seller's preliminary closing statement at the beginning of the listing agreement, but until someone makes an offer to purchase, typically conducts a whole house inspection and appraisal, and the negotiations are complete from the whole house inspection and appraisal, and you get to the closing table, no one can tell you the exact amount that you're going to receive. Now let's discuss home buying companies. The primary benefit to selling your house to a home buying company, if you're working with a good professional company like Downsizing Solutions, is to sell your house and transition from your house to your new home in a stress and hassle-free manner. There is no need to put your house on the market. You won't need to do any of the typical updating or repairs to get the house market ready. You can sell the house completely as is with any or all of the stuff that's in the house. If you work with a real professional home buying company like us, we can pay cash and close when you want to and be flexible with possession dates so you can transition to your new home at your schedule, not someone else's. We can eliminate the catch-22 of moving and having the worry of a vacant house until it sells, or selling the house and not being able to move into your new home or apartment that you want to because it's not available immediately. Many people that we have worked with have enjoyed being able to sell their house to us, but wait 30, 60, sometimes up to 90 days to move to their new home. The primary negative to working with a home buying company is the potential to not receive as much from the sale of your house as if you had exposed the house to the market in a traditional manner. And I've had many sellers tell me that they may have been able to get more money by selling their house in a traditional manner, but they like the benefits that Home Downsizing Solutions provided and felt there was a lot of value we provided to them by selling their house to us. And if your house needs repairs or updating, that would prevent a buyer from getting a traditional government-backed loan, which are the primary lenders for buyers, then a buyer that has cash may be your only option to work with. One other word of caution is to beware of what I term are fake home buyers, or what some people refer to as wholesalers. These are people or companies that claim to want to buy your house, but have no financial ability to do that. These individuals or companies will promote themselves as home buyers, but once they get a contract to buy the house, they will shop that contract to what they hope are real buyers that can actually close and buy the property. If they overpromise to a seller on what they can pay, they may not be able to find a real buyer, potentially leaving you, the homeowner, in a very difficult situation. Let's recap and discuss some of the items to consider when determining the best option for selling your house. Some of these may be important and others may not. It just depends on your specific situation. Do you want to put the house on the market, or would you prefer not to go through that process if it can be avoided? Are you prepared to do the cleaning, preparation, possible repairs and updates that could or should be done before listing the house? Will the house need updates or repairs done so that a buyer can get to a loan to buy the house, especially if they need to get an FHA or VA type of government-backed loan? If someone lives in the house, do you want to be inconvenienced to show the house when agents have potential buyers to show the house to, or to keep the house as show ready as possible? Are you prepared for a potential buyer to have a whole house inspection and the potential issue and negotiations that can turn up from that inspection? Or should you consider getting a whole house inspection performed now? Do you want to deal with negotiating with traditional buyers and ensuring that they can get or have the ability to secure financing to buy your house? Are closing, moving, and possession dates flexible for you? Or will there be a challenge if you don't know specific dates or have a specific date of where or when you can transition to your new home? If your house is vacant, are you concerned with the potential issues of a vacant house? Do you have vacant house insurance in place? Are you paying for utilities, taxes, insurance, and other expenses? Are you concerned with vandalism? What I would tell any seller is that if the benefits that we provide or help you to avoid are of enough value, then Home Downsizing Solutions may be a great solution for you. If those benefits are not of value, one of my other solutions may actually be better. Now I'd like to discuss what I consider are the realities of selling your house and the realities of the market. The bottom line is that if you want to sell your house, you must deal with reality. And the current market conditions will, of course, dictate a lot of that. First, the condition of your house. With all due respect, you need to consider the condition of your house as a potential buyer would. Unless your kitchen, bathrooms, floor coverings, etc. have been updated in the last 10 years, most buyers will consider your house dated. And it needs to be updated to similar houses that are on the market, or what buyers would consider comparable to houses they are considering and looking at. For example, if houses that they are looking at have granite kitchens and bathroom counters, stainless steel appliances, and yours doesn't, they are not going to place as high as of a value on your house. There are many DIY house shows on these days that give the impression that all houses for sale should look brand new with new kitchens, bathrooms, etc. Potential buyers also look at new construction houses and just expect other houses to look the same. I'm not saying that just because your house may not be recently updated and look like new, that it won't sell. Just don't think that the value of a house that needs updating will be the same as one that has been updated. Second, when will the house sell? The market determines this. In a seller's market, when there's a lot of demand from home buyers, houses will sell quicker than in softer markets. Also, the time of the year may make a difference in the time a house will be on the market. And financing. The availability and cost of financing is a big factor on the real estate market. If loans are cheap and easy to get, buyers pay more for houses. As the cost of financing goes up with an increase in interest rates, buyers qualify for less house and therefore can't afford a house that they may have just a few months earlier. This will, of course, directly affect house prices. Next, let's discuss transaction costs. If a person wants to sell a house, there are inherent costs in the transaction. Understand that there's a big difference between gross and net when a house is sold. When an agent tells you that they can sell your house for $100,000, for example, know that you will most likely only net $85,000 to $90,000. There are marketing costs to find a buyer's discount, which is typically the fact that most every buyer always offers less than asking price, no matter what the market is. Every buyer wants a deal, especially if it needs updating or repairs. Closing costs. Expenses like the closing fee for the closing company, title insurance, recording fees, inspections, a home buyer's warranty, and buyer's closing costs. It seems that every buyer always asks the seller to pay for some of their closing costs. This is especially true when working with first-time home buyers or buyers that can qualify for a loan, afford the monthly payments, but have no more savings to put toward their new home than the down payment, if that. And of course, there may be repairs or updating that the house needs. Some of these items are certainly negotiable, but the motivation to buy or sell by the buyer or seller will determine who ends up paying for them. And just because one side or the other pays for them, the fact is that these are all expenses that have to be considered with the transaction. Now, I'd like to give a quick recap of the benefits of how I can assist you. Selling in a traditional manner with an affiliated realtor, or selling to us, Home Downsizing Solutions. As your realtor, my team is your advocate, and we work for you. We have the experience to help you navigate the entire process selling your house, from initially listing the house through the closing. And we can offer you professional guidance on the sale of your house and the transition to your new home. I can also assist by buying your house through Home Downsizing Solutions. The benefits that we offer is that you don't have to put the house on the market or make it market ready. You don't have to do any repairs or updates to the house, and you can leave any stuff you don't want. We use private funds so we can be very flexible to close and take possession of the house according to your schedule. We may pay up to $1,000 in moving expenses and allow you to stay in the house for up to 90 days. We allow you to have more control over the sale of your house, provide custom options that no one else will, and know exactly what's going to happen. If you're thinking of selling your house, this is the bottom line. What is important and of value to you? What items with the selling process are you okay with, or which ones would you like to avoid? And what is the value of avoiding those? Do you like the idea of having more control and timing of selling your house? Or is it more important to try to squeeze every dime from the sale and deal with the potential challenges that come from that? The other bottom line, I'm here to assist you and be your advocate in any way that I can. No matter which path of selling your house and downsizing may be the best for you, I can assist and be your trusted expert to help you through that process. If you have questions about selling your house and downsizing, just call or text me at 402-450-0199. We have resources for discounts for moving services. We can assist with finding a great placement advisor for finding the best senior living community for you or your family member. And of course, we can help with getting your house sold and moving to your new home or apartment as stress and hassle-free as possible. Just call or text me at 402-450-0199. And again, if I can be of any benefit to you, give me a call and I'd be happy to help. Thank you for watching.